record. Great. So welcome. We'll start in just about a minute or so. We'll wait for people to join us. Please open your screen, open your camera so we can see you. We're going to be doing a lot of interactive things, so be ready to be present and participatory. Zal, we'd love to see you and welcome you. There you are. Oh, a doctor or a nurse or somebody.
Sorry, I'm a physician and happens to be I've been a big fan of Sari's and just happened to get her message and her
Oh,
invite.
so nice.
And never have the time during the day, but this happens to be one day I did.
Fabulous. Well, welcome. Do you also do any like volunteering in the Jewish community or something?
I do. I'm fairly active in our local community here in North Jersey, and I also give Pesach workshop every year. So I learn a lot from Sari. Hopefully I give her some ideas also back.
Fabulous. Well, we're
So
very happy to
cool.
have you. Nice to have you. Hi, Allison. Good to see you. Welcome, everybody. I think we're gonna get started just as soon as. Hi, Margie. Nice to see you.
Hi, Margie.
Hi, Robin.
Beth, if you're in a place where you can open your camera, that would be wonderful. And I'm going to welcome everybody officially right now. So for those of you that don't know me, I am Marian Gribbets, and I'm on the faculty of Hebrew College in Newton, Massachusetts. And a big part of my responsibilities are professional development activities that we provide both locally and nationally, luckily, through all kinds of virtual media like today on Zoom. And I'm really pleased to be here with my colleague, Robin Kahn. Happy that she's back at work and that she's with us today. And it's my distinct pleasure to really welcome Sari Kopitnikoff, who many of you know, and I think that's why you're here, because she's very, very active on social media and getting the word out about her wonderful work. And today is our, I think, 5th or 6th session in our monthly workshops for this academic year. And our theme has been storytelling and the power of stories, and where do we see ourselves in the story. And Sari's going to take us on an adventure today, an interactive adventure that will provide us with another look into that question of where we see ourselves in the story. So I'm going to turn it over to Sari, and we're so pleased that so many of you are here. And just also, everyone should know we are recording. We do post the videos on our website, and they're always available for you to go back and look at and or to share with your own faculty and staff in your settings. So we hope that you will take advantage of that. So Sari, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for the welcome. Great intro, great story. In the theme of storytelling, it's so nice to be here. I'm going to start with a little challenge for you without moving. So stay where you are and do some reaching. If you can find one object nearby that has any kind of significance to you. So it could be something that is very important to you. It could be something that's even on your person. Just find an object. I'm lucky because I have a big mess right here behind my computer, so I can kind of just grab anything here. And we'll get to that soon. And welcome to Magic Unlocked. And I have my magic wand here. Never go anywhere without it. Personally carved out of, no, it's just plastic, but I do love it. Magic Unlocked, bringing education to life with mystery, play, and storytelling. Like, this title has so many of my favorite words. The word and, no, the word and is a good word, but it's not one of my favorites. Education, love that word. Magic, because we don't have to read fantasy books to find magic. We can create and find magic in our own educational settings, whether we're working with 2-year-olds, 102-year-olds, anywhere in between. And that concept of bringing things to life. Judaism already has so much in it, inherent in the life, but sometimes we're able to take even things that seem dry, and we're able to put the life into it or help our learners find the life. Mystery is one of my favorite things ever. I think life is just filled with mystery, and if we can create mystery for our students, whoever our students are, sometimes I like to just begin with a box on my desk or table and just say, there's something in here. We'll get to it soon. I wonder what's inside. And play. I've been playing probably since I was in the womb and haven't stopped. I think some of us stop playing at a certain age. In fact, that's one of my sad memories when my younger sister one day said, I think it's time we stop playing Barbie. And I was in high school and I was crushed. I got over it, but I'm still always looking for ways to play and storytelling, which is the theme that and there's so much there because we could all be storytellers. And it's a pleasure. In case you're not familiar with my work, I started my own movement or company called That Jewish Moment, and it's about really this idea of bringing Judaism to life via play, imagination, and things like that. And I love working with educators of all kinds. All right, so let's share some stories. I'll go first, but sometimes it can be intimidating when it's like, okay, share your favorite embarrassing story, and suddenly you can't remember anything. So no pressure in your stories, but I'd love if some of us can share some of the stories of our items. And it can be something as simple as, here are my, what are these things called? AirPods. I attended a luncheon at an organization that I was working at, and I already had told them that I was leaving. I was starting That Jewish Moment. I was going to do it full time. So it was kind of a bittersweet luncheon. And we were all given raffle tickets. I put them all in here and I won. And this has significance to me because I use it all the time. And it felt nice to win a raffle because I don't normally win raffles. I also have another object right here. This is my friend Ori the orangutan. You want to say hi? No. Okay, well, he's not going to say hi, but I actually found this little guy. Do you remember this? Yeah. In Bryant Park, if you've ever been. Marion, can you please mute? Just I'm getting a little echo. Mute the participants. Bryant Park in the winter months has this really cool, they set up a bunch of shops. And I went into this shop, I found an overpriced puppet, and I decided to splurge. I knew nothing about puppetry, ventriloquism, but I just felt that connection. Ori was in my closet, unnamed, for at least 12 years. And then one day I saw him. It was the pandemic, and I started making puppet shows, and that's the story of Ori. So there could be a small story, big story. Does anyone feel brave enough to share with us the significance of your item? And thank you in advance if it's you. And sometimes when I'm working with students, oh, amazing. Okay, I don't know who said that, but I would say,
That's Allison.
Is that you, Allison?
Hi, I'm Allison.
Allison, you get the Nachshon Award. That's what I often tell students about. It sounds like you understand it, but just to explain, when the Jewish people were leaving Egypt and there were Egyptians behind them, the sea in front of them, and they were told to just start walking, and Nachshon walked and walked, and the water came up to his neck, as our sages told us, and then the water split. So you got to be that first person sometimes. So thank you, Allison. You get the Nachshon Award.
Thanks. So my item is this ceramic snail pencil holder that I keep on my desk. My son made it when he was in 3rd grade. He is now 27 and about to become a dad, so I'm going to be a grandma. And it's just the sweetest little piece of ceramic. His little face is so cute. And I have pencils in it. And I also love a sharpened pencil. So it's like double happiness. Sharp pencils in the snail pencil holder.
Amazing. Thank you. And congratulations. And that's really, really exciting. Not that I've been a grandma, but I've heard if I knew grandchildren were so much fun, I would have had them first. People say that. Do we have another brave volunteer to share? Margie.
Okay, so
My object is on the computer bag, a keychain that's a chamsa. I could have shown my other bag that's in the room that also has the chamsa on it. But that one I bought in the Shuk in Yafo. So it reminds me of a beautiful afternoon. Bought from an interesting vendor that we had a long conversation that was nice. And my house was full of chamsot that people bring me from all over the world. So there are lots of nice connections.
Amazing. I'll give you a hand. Thank you for sharing. Okay, and I wish we had time to hear all your stories. If you can, share it in the chat and we'll get to it after. That is one regret that we're not able to hear all your stories. Okay, so the question, before I assume you all share the same sentiments that I do, why use mystery play and storytelling in education? Why? And so I'm going to ask you to share an answer, but there's got to be a little game involved always. If you can respond to this question in exactly 6 words, no more, no less. So use those fingers and count your words out. Why? It makes it engaging and memorable. There you go. That's one great reason. What else? Fun helps students learn the material. Correct. So they're going to be remembering it. They're going to be engaged. They're going to learn it. It helps us learn good things. I like to say you'll never meet someone who says, "Wow, I have this memory of being in grade school about 22 years ago, and our teacher gave us this worksheet, and it was Times New Roman. There were 12 questions, and that was, wow, a good time." People, that's not the stuff that sticks with us. Inspires an inquiry, wonder, and connection. Ellen, we need one more word. You can add it, unless I did counting wrong. Engage, leave kids asking for more. Yes, always end a lesson with the students wanting more. It is fun and engaging. Yay! Love the word yay at the end. Really brings us to 6. It takes us outside the box. You never want to be in the box. Unless it's a game box, then it's a good place to be. Create a memorable experience. Fun, engaging, excitement, curiosity, fun, inner child activated. Yes, we've got that inner child. Excellent. Thank you. I'm going to share a few of mine. More student buy-in and participation. Everyone sit down, please. Take out your notebooks. You're not going to get that buy-in. But if you say, everyone, grab a Post-it and line up in the back of the classroom, they're curious. They're bought in. They want to know more. Help students connect deeply with the subject. No, not that, just with subject. You're evoking emotions. You're reaching them in unique ways. Creative positive associations with the learning. We want our students, whoever they are, to feel positive about Judaism and Jewish learning. Exactly. Even games. Oh, hi, Amy. So great to see you. Even games need to come out of the box. Yes. What's novel and fun will stick. And I cheated here. I have parentheses, which don't count, but I wanted to tell you to look up later the fun theory. And it's that idea that if we want people to change the way they do things, if we make it fun, we'll get more engagement there. Let's just take a look at these 3 examples. These are all from YouTube videos. If you look up the fun theory, that I think they were done in a certain European country. I don't remember exactly which one, but they noticed a lot of people were using the escalators instead of the stairs. So they decided to put piano panels on the stairs. So when you would climb the stairs, it would make the sounds of the piano. And they got a huge percentage of more, people were using the stairs instead of the escalator. Similarly, they wanted people to recycle more instead of throwing their bottles out in the trash. So they made a little game, and you would drop your bottles in the slots, and it would go broodoo, and you would get a high score. And they're also to prevent people from littering in a park. Garbage cans were installed that when you drop something in it, you would hear something fall for what sounds like miles. And people started to gather around. Find more garbage, let's drop it in. So that's the fun theory. Encourage creativity, imagination, and critical thinking, which are so important. And also, I wanted to add this in, it makes teachers' jobs easier, more enjoyable. And I work as an educational consultant with a lot of new teachers and also veteran teachers who haven't yet figured out how to manage a classroom. But rule number one, if you make your lessons fun, then you're going to have less behavior problems. And here are some pictures, recent pictures of me doing my work. If I call it work, it's play, because there are so many different ways to make the Jewish learning fun. All right, so just a quick, I guess, summary of when you can use games. Games are not just for fun. You can use it to introduce a topic, to whet students' appetite. You can use it actually to teach, to present new content. You can use it to review material that you've already taught. You could also use it to assess for understanding. How much do they understand? How much do they learn and retain? You can also do it to complete a task they'll be doing anyway. So let's say your room is a mess. You have a bunch of students, they just did something and it, like, you know, you did some kind of activity, it's a mess. What if you pick the thing and say, everyone, I am thinking of the thing, and whoever throws it out is the winner. So you watch as everyone quickly cleans up the classroom, and at the end you say, it was the bag wrapper of Dipsy Doodles, you are the winner. I like to try to incorporate games into things that we'll be doing anyway. And also, this is a big one, to build community, to create positive memories, just, you know, to develop that culture. So there are all kinds of educational play out there. There is all kinds. And I give a whole different workshop on how to create games for the classroom. Today, specifically, we're focusing on one kind, which is mystery and using storytelling. I'm going to share a few examples, and then we're going to play. Play one. Okay, so here's a recent game, a mystery, and players are given this letter from the police force. It says, detectives, thank you for showing up. The town is hanging in suspense, pun intended. Several mezuzah cases have been found around town with cryptic scrolls inside and not the usual Shema players. A strange letter was picked up as well. I'm hoping you can help us get to the bottom of this case and figure out what in the world is going on. From Captain Shin. So here's an example of how you can suddenly draw players or students in. And this is from the mysterious mezuzah case. So I'm going to share you a few quick examples now. We'll play a game, and then I want to tell you how you can create your own mystery experience. This is a letter from a family matriarch. Dearest descendant, the fact that you're reading this years later is a beautiful thing. As you may know by now, I converted to Judaism in my 20s and never looked back. I want to share with you some messages I learned, but instead of just telling them to you, I want you to discover them. Just like I went on a journey to find myself, I'm sending you on one. Good luck. Look inside yourself and in the book of Ruth for the answers. After all, she's my role model and the one who inspired my name. This is from Moment of Ruth. And in this book, and this game, players are actually exploring the book of Ruth, the actual text, to discover her answers. This is, there was a strange letter posted to the front of a museum with 1, 2, 3 period, 4, 5, 6, 7 period, -8. And this was at the Museum of Treasures. And here are the people who were at the scene. The question is, who stole the golden Chanukiah, the golden menorah? This is part of the Hanukkah conundrum. So this is kind of like a whodunit. Who could have left this message and stolen the menorah? This is because, okay, this is from a scientist and the Marine Mystery Team who found a huge fish carcass on the island of Shishtar, which sounds like Tarshish, but is a little different. And somebody says, maybe this is the big fish from the story of Jonah. Who knows? And why are there all these strange messages in the carcass? So this is from the Great Fish Escape, which is also text-based and gets players to explore Jonah. Here's another similar one. This is about kindness. And those have all been a little bit more layered. I'm going to show you a simpler one. You're in a sukkah and it's time to leave, but the door is blocked. It's unclear how the elephant got there, but it looks like he won't be moving for some time. There's a side door, but it's locked. There are enough clues around for you to find the correct key and escape. It's a key-eating lock, so you have one try to bring the correct key. I was actually recently brought into a community, and one of the things that I did was a mystery experience for the middle schoolers. And I found out afterwards from the people of the community, like they said, we've never seen our middle schoolers engage in this way. I kind of wish I would have known that in the beginning, but okay. And I think that mystery and play, and when you've got this compelling story in it, it's so captivating, and I maybe pun intended, and it will bring people together no matter their learning styles, their learning needs. There's something to solve, there's something to figure out. It's exciting. So this is from Suck Escape. Here's another pretty simple one. You're lost, unsure where to go. Unfortunately, a map or compass won't help you, but don't despair. You have what you need. This is from Lost and Found, a high holiday game. So now, I don't think the music will play, but it's fine. Just picture Pink Panther mystery music. This is for the game you're about to play. Okay, so, oops, sorry, let's go to the next slide. You are going to be playing the bag at the door. In case any of you have played it before and know it already, you can message me privately and I'll send you something else to explore. But in this game, you will be looking at this scene, and it's best played from a computer. So if you're not at a computer, if you have one available, this is the scene. We have a bag of Mishloach Manot at the door, but it doesn't say who it's from. And when you're on this scene, you will be able to click around on different things. Each time you click on something, it will open a new tab. You're going to be working in groups. We're going to put you in breakout rooms. And the goal is to figure out who left it, who done it. So this is what you need to know. Okay, when you click on the doorknob, so look on that golden door handle, this is what you're going to see. Okay, you need to figure out the head covering. So let's say a straw hat, SH. You need to figure out the outfit top. So let's say a green. And the final code is going to be, you're going to write in capital letters. Let's say S, H, G, etc. A whole string of letters. And you can figure everything out by clicking around and looking at the clues. So I'm going to stop sharing for now. Anyone have any questions? Please don't put Beth. Beth messaged me. She knows this game. So I'm going to send Beth something else. But can we set up breakout rooms without Beth? And once you're in your rooms, I will send you the link and you can begin playing. And I'm going to be hanging out here. If you're stuck, I'm happy to join you and help.
All right.
Yes, go ahead.
So I have them set up with 4 people in a room, and I'm trying to move, and Beth is actually in a room with only 3 people, so I can either put the 2 in each one into another room, or I can move someone in and make another 2 rooms of 3.
Or we can see how well Beth remembers all of this. She can be a
It's
guide.
been a long time, so you can put me with other people. I'd rather play it with people than
And
yeah.
Marian, I
Okay,
see
great.
Andrea Katz is in here twice.
Ah, okay.
And at one point, Zal was in here twice. I don't know if he's still here.
All right, I hope I just did the right thing. I'm gonna open all the rooms and we'll see if something screws up, come back to the main room, and Robin and I and Sari will be in the main room.
Okay. So I don't think I could send the message to everyone because it looks like I'm not host. So
Oh, wait,
Why
so
don't we make her
you-
host?
Yeah, I can make you host, which I'm surprised I didn't do. Wait, hold on. Where do I have to do that in the participant thing, right?
you can also just
Yes.
here, can you send this?
Make you host? No, cancel. I'm gonna
Send
make you
that send this link.
make co-host. Yeah,
You
I can
send-
send. Yeah. You sent the link to me privately in the chat?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me send it. You
Either
want
of those. You could send either of those.
so the bit thing will work?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay, hold on. Meeting group chat, okay. And tell everyone, please.
Wait,
click
no,
on-
I don't think that went to everyone. Do you know how to broadcast the message?
Yep, hold on, I have to remember how to do that.
Okay, I think it works. I got it.
You got it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I could do
It's
it.
up on, it's up on the,
Paste,
right, okay. Oh, I should pause the recording.
paste this link.
Mhm.
There might
Hmm?
there might be a 1 minute. There might be a 1 minute window. Sometimes it gives it
Oh,
says,
you're right, you're right, you're right. Oh, oh no, time is up. Yeah, I can
oh,
close.
okay. You can
close
close
now.
them. Yeah.
Yep, okay. Oh, now it does, yeah, it is another 60 seconds, you're right. Yeah, I forgot we were doing breakout rooms, so I didn't go into fix the,
You know, people will often leave room.
yeah.
Sometimes that's the most like productive part, that last minute when everybody has to say what they want to say really succinctly.
Maria, are you there with us?
Yeah, I'm here, but I'm getting to team meeting.
Gotcha.
So I'm sorry, I'm trying to be here and also
Mhm.
work.
Where are you teaching?
And warning.
Ah,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, yeah.
Do you know each other? Because I've worked with a lot of the teachers at Warnick.
What?
I said, do
What is-
we know each other?
Welcome
'Cause I've
back.
worked with a lot of.
No, I'm new here and I'm native. I'm Hebrew native, so but it was important for me to
Okay.
join you.
Okay,
Even
Okay,
for a bit,
welcome back,
you know.
everyone.
Thank you.
Now, a few disclaimers post game. Usually players have at least 45 minutes to solve that. So you got a little slice of that. And it's not really an all or nothing. It's kind of like, what were you able to figure out? So in the chat, if you can tell us what your group was able to figure out, and maybe all together we can complete or solve the puzzle, even unless one of your groups got to it. Let us know in the chat. Black beret. What else? Old sneakers, khaki shorts, black beret, face paint. So yes to the black beret, yes to the face paint. Let me share my screen. Loafers. Okay. Clean hands. Spotted slacks, correct. Okay, what if we go here? All right, head covering, we do black beret. So let's do that. Can you let me know, do you see the form on my screen? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, outfit top. What did you get for outfit top? Anyone get it? Outfit top was a tricky one. I think
It
that
wasn't
was
striped?
from, it was. Did someone say striped?
Yeah. Wasn't it striped?
It was striped, yes. Okay. So it was a striped top, outfit bottom, spotted slacks. It wasn't spotted slacks. This was also a tricky one.
Black
This was
pants?
from the security
Purple skirt.
black pants. Yes. Look at the security
Ah.
the 10:22 a.m. It had to be 10:22 a.m. and it had to be on a day that the recycling bin, the water bottles are out. That's when we see the black pants. We know the 10:22 from the timestamp of when the messages were sent. So that's black pants. The shoes are black loafers. Accessory. Anyone get an accessory?
Was it suspenders?
Yes, there was a little suspender piece on the ground. Extra was face paint, and the hands were
Gloved.
gloved. Correct. Let's go to next. Yay. Yep, it was me. You're awesome, but that goes without saying. Pun intended. So that was a little taste of the mystery game. If you want to know, if you want to go back and look at it, you can keep the link open. I'm going to send the link again, so you can look back at it. Please don't share this link with other people beyond this group. This is one of the games on my website, and I'd be happy. There's a shortened website link, so you can copy that, save it. So if you want to look at it again later, and thank you so much for playing with that. Hopefully it was fun and not too stressful, or intense or rushed. And now I want to share with you how you can make your own. This is the best part, because the idea here is that you can make your own. All right, hold on. Let's find.
What is the intended age range for that activity?
Okay, you know, that is such a good question. I feel like an 11-year-old often. I say this, I'm not joking. And I usually make things for, let's say, ages 8 to 11 and beyond. I have a woman in her 70s. Every time she sees that I made a new game, she wants me to send her the facilitator free version without spoilers, because she and a bunch of her friends gather and play. So most of the things I make are like, all the books are for, let's say, ages 7 to 12, like 8 to 11, kind of that little window. With it's also for kids at heart. So I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, now the next part is how to create your own. And we're gonna go through this quickly. And I'm also super, super available. If anyone has any questions afterwards, please reach out to me. I love to help. This is a passion of mine. Welcome to Mystery DIY. Learn what it takes to make your own. The end. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed that and learned a lot. Okay, so that would be a weird way for me to give a little presentation, but when we make a mystery game, we have to begin with the end in mind. So that's rule number 1, begin with the end. So the way I make my mystery games is, number 1, I think, what's an important message you want to impart from the topic? What do I want them to leave thinking about, feeling, understanding? Or what's an important but not obvious word from your topic? So maybe if for the book of Ruth, maybe the word would be loyalty. That's not what I chose in the end, but think about the message or a word. And then think about how your topic could lend itself to an interesting mystery story. So think about the end. If we had a little more time, I would ask you to pick one topic that you will be teaching and think about a final code, a final message. You'll do that later. And then you're going to work backwards and develop a premise for your story. This is the part that takes me the longest. This is the part that I used to hash out for a while with my husband. He would sometimes say an idea and I say, skip, next. Like, I treat him a little bit like, a music player. I've kind of replaced him with ChatGPT, not in all areas of life, just specifically this. And I'll get to that soon. And some other elements to consider is think about your purpose of play. Is this do you want teamwork, to develop teamwork here? Do you want to actually assess their understanding? Do you want to see how well they could read Hebrew? What is your purpose? And consider their KSAs, their knowledge, skills, and abilities. Think about the age range. So I recently was hired to make a game for an inclusion program for families. So I made it much easier I wanted young kids to be involved. Think about the group size. For me, ideally, I say 3 to 5 members per team. Think about location. Do you have space to put actual physical clues? Are you let's say in a sukkah where wind and other elements might get in the way? So think about where you're playing. And finally, time frame. And then this is my favorite part, is develop the puzzles and clues. The best. Okay, so words, items, and pictures. So let's just go to words. You can make a letter code. You can do it that A equals Z, B equals Y, etc. You can do a cipher wheel. You have, let's say, A through Z on one wheel, and then a smaller wheel can be either A through Z or sometimes pictures. I recently created an environmental conservation game called Turtle Trail or something. I forgot what I called it. And there was a cipher wheel with different images representing parts of the environment that, if you lined it up, would tell you the letters. You can make an acronym, a word puzzle. You could do a word search. And once they find all the words, the rest of the letters will spell something. Missing words. So there's so many more things you can do with words. Backwards writing. This is good for young kids. Have a mirror and backwards writing, or like let the kids try to figure out how they can read it backwards. If you have actual items, you can use a lock, a key, a code, a physical puzzle. Imagine on the back of the puzzle, once they complete it, they turn it over and there's a message for them. A red blue filter. So imagine you have a message in blue and then there's red over it. And if you hold up the red blue filter, kind of like those 3D glasses, you can have fun with that. If you Google all these things, you'll see how other people do it. A balloon pop. Maybe there's something that when they pop the balloon, inside is a little paper that tells them what to do. My students have always loved a laser field. That's when you like tie string and they have to try to get from one place to another without buzzing it. Pictures, you can have matching, story scenes, rebuses, hidden words, lots more. I just want to make sure we get through. Okay, we have 5 minutes. Let's do this. Okay, here's an example of a half message. See, it says keep growing. This is from my Tu B'Shvat game. Here is an example from my Hanukkah conundrum. It's a poem. One ingredient makes things rise. And in parentheses, I have 4, which is the 4th letter of yeast. So that's S. Another is everyone falls from the skies. That's water, W-A-T. So S-T. And that's how you can make a code. This is from Find Freedom, the Passover game, where I have hieroglyphics here, and you have to figure out which taskmaster from this lineup of 4 is the one who is behind this girl here. And it relates to a text that says that the Egyptians enslaved Jews of all ages, young and old. And once you figure out who it is, that shows you a part of the message. So how do you get more clues? I'm always Googling, escape the room, sample clues all the time. Ask ChatGPT. I'm looking for to make a clue related to this, about this, and then say, no, make it easier, make it harder, make it longer. Explore existing games. Once you have this mindset of, ooh, I want to make a really fun mystery game, you'll start noticing ideas in the world around you, because ein kol chadash tachat hashemesh, there's nothing new under the sun. The idea as teachers is to steal in a good way. Let's repurpose, let's get inspired by ideas that we see out there and think about how we can use it for ourselves. Some guidelines to keep in mind. So TMI is a good thing. We want to give a little bit too much information so that our students have to sift through what's there. Think about the order. Do they have to first solve this and then this, or is it okay what order they go in? Layer the clues. So once they solve this, they're able to do this, and then they're able to do that. When they're stuck, can they ask you unlimited questions? Is there a little cheat sheet that you have on your desk that they can use if they get stuck? I like to be in character, by the way, when I do this. So ask the scientist, ask the head detective, etc. And finally, step 3, put it together and test the game. This is an important one. And I see a few people here who have tested my games in the past. I owe you so much gratitude. That is when you find your mistakes, or, hey, actually, clue 1 doesn't spell anything. This part is so important. You need at least another set of eyes to look at it. And the finishing touches is what makes it a good game. It takes it from a good game, makes it a great game. So think about props you can add. Music, whodunit, mystery music, suspense. What can you wear to make it fun? A costume, kind of decor. Here's an example from the Hanukkah conundrum. I didn't need to have gloves and a hanger in the coat room, but it makes it feel like a coat room. And I always love playing, James Bond music. When it is game time, tension is part of it. So you can give your students or whoever they are a heads up. By the way, the first 5 minutes are often frustrating. That's part of the fun. So expect that tension and be okay with it, and resist the urge to helicopter, even though you're like, no, you want to say, don't put that there, put that there. Let them work through it. That's where the learning, that's where the magic really happens. Consider, do you want it to be competitive? Are you looking for the first team to get it? Or give everyone 45 minutes and see if everyone can do it. And you might need to give a little more guidance to some groups, but think about that. And think about ways to make it virtual friendly if that's for your settings, and always have some kind of victory photo. Print out a little sheet that says, there's the word key and door key, or we did it, congrats, yay, we figured it out. That's always fun to take a victory photo at the end, and then enjoy the process. So I'd love for you in the chat to share one new thing you learned that you hope to use in your educational setting that we discussed. And please answer in rhyme. You only have 1 minute, because then I have 1 minute to wrap up. So in rhyme, please share one new thing that you learned. And I want to remind you that roses are red and violets are blue. And we can always talk about those flowers.
As
Yeah,
everybody
Allison.
is working, I just want to share that if someone asked if the slides are available, the whole webinar is recorded and will be on our website. And tomorrow or the next day, you'll get an email with a link to that. But even if you don't get that, just surf on over to Hebrew College or contact Robin or me, and we can point you in the right direction.
These are so good. Start with the end. What you hope to accomplish, just at the beginning. Games are fun, even if games are fun, even if no one won. Yes, we all win. ChatGPT, something so new, can do things I never knew. That is right. I'm dropping my email in case anyone wants to reach out for anything. Just so you know, I happily help people create mysteries. So reach out for that if you need. And I've got lots of different Jewish games, books, workshops, programs, printable challenges. I have a free activity packet for every Jewish holiday. I'm going to drop my link in the chat in a moment.
And while you're
If you
doing
wanna
that,
get on
while you're doing that, sorry, I just want to say thank you so much. At one point you said mystery play is captivating, and I would say the past hour was completely captivating. So thank you for spending time with us today. I just put a feedback form in the chat, and our next workshop will be in March. And Marion, do you know off the top of your head, do you remember which it is?
Yeah, it's on March 12th at noon, and it's with Irene Stern-Freilich, who has written a memoir called Healing Hearts. It's sort of a Holocaust story, but really it's a contemporary story. She traced her father's roots, and her young adult son joined her on the journey. So it's really a story about contemporary life, and who she met along the way. So somewhat of a mystery also, but really engaging. And if you want to buy Irene's book beforehand or get it from the library, it's a really good read. It's called Healing Hearts, and her name is Irene Stern-Freilich. Yes, and please fill out the feedback form. That would be fabulous. And hope that you can join us on March 12th. And thank you all for being with us.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you for all playing along and joining me. Please reach out if I could ever help in any way, even if it's just to help brainstorm how can you gamify something. I love those challenges and questions. I'd love to connect with you, Facebook, LinkedIn, all of that. I'm very accessible and approachable, and this was fun. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Really fun.